What the?
Please don't move. I want to run a holistic scan. Commencing holistic scan. Life vitals normal. Prisoner S8466, welcome to the Argos program. Your adventure with the Claywood Corporation begins right now. Hello, I am Gal, your Galactic Assistance Liaison. The Claywood Corporation would like to apologize for any inconvenience you may have experienced. You can now exit the lander and begin your introductory training.
S8466, reporting for duty.
Alright. Hello and welcome to another video, and today we are going to be looking at StarRupture, the new Satisfactory-like build, like base building, resource management, alien shooting type game. And I've put a few hours into it so far, and I have really enjoyed it, and so I thought I'd make a sort of first impressions showcase video, and then if you guys are interested in it, we can make it a thing for the future of the channel. Keep up with the development, that sort of stuff, make videos every so often on it. Who knows? I think it's a pretty fun game. It is very much so more like the original Factorio, because Factorio has the biters and all that kind of stuff, the things that attack your base and such, than what Satisfactory did, where they took out a lot of the combat and made it more base management-y. But here we are at the beginning of the game. We're in the landing ship, and we need to exit the lander to begin our training, but there is an incoming message. So let's take a read. So, dear convicts, welcome the first team of the new Argos project. Claywood Corporation is honored to welcome you to the surface of Arcadia 7, located in the Raptura system, in the URVX galaxy. Your presence as the first team after more than half a century of stagnation marks a new chapter in the history of humanity and the future of our company. Your mission is to extract, process, automate, and ship the resources required on Earth. At the same time, we encourage you to explore and document this undiscovered world, a potential new Earth. You are chosen for a reason. Each of you has unique talents and experiences that make you invaluable pioneers. While your past may have been difficult, Claywood Corporation offers you a chance to transfer redemption and a fresh start. Each completed order brings you closer to the freedom you long for. Good luck. Yours sincerely, the Claywood Corporation team. Oh. That always sounds like, oh, cool, a corporation. I don't think that could be a good in the end. But you can see that we actually have several different things. I'm currently the soldier. You can be an engineer, you can be a biologist, you can be a scientist. I don't know if we look at the different ones. Just looking at the engineer here. I believe we have to make an item to be able to change the... You can respawn as any one of these. You can play as any one of these. And I believe at current, there's no differences between them. But it would be really interesting if in the future there was actually like, yeah, the soldier has better weapon handling, and the engineer, like, builds better or something. I don't know. But here we are, in our lander. So, let's head on out, onto the surface.
Welcome to Arcadia 7 in the Raptura system. The goal of this training is to teach you to effectively acquire and produce goods for our clients. However, we'll begin with something simpler. Arcadia is often bombarded by meteorites, which are rich in resources. You have been equipped with a tool to acquire them. Use it to extract what's most valuable in the meteorite.
Alright, so we got our mining tool here. This is one of the meteorites. And you can see that there are bits of resources in them. And so if you can aim at the whole meteorite, you can see it's going to take a long time to mine. Well, you can aim at the individual part, and that will mine, and it'll actually take some like health off the whole meteorite. So if you mine all the individual parts, like the meteorite's really easy to mine after that. And I think that's it, and then we can just hit the meteorite up. And, oh, there was another bit there. And finish it off. Excellent. So this mining actually has a really interesting sort of mini game to it. You can see that I'm getting rid of the heat of my tool. But you also see just to the left of my crosshair, there are these 5 pips. And every time I aim at something and I mine it, I get a pip and it takes some heat. The more pips I have, the faster it is to mine. So you can see with 5 pips, I can actually mine very quickly. I can mine this little bit off of there, and it just takes a moment. So it's like a combo counter, where you want to manage your heat by constantly dumping it in between mining, and then making sure you're hitting more nodes so that you are keeping your combo counter up and then constantly reducing your heat. So like here are some of the like resource nodes, and we'll get to that in a second. Just like you'd have like an iron deposit in Satisfactory or something. So we can see I get my combo counter up, and I'm doing it, mining quickly. I'm getting titanium, but then I want to keep my heat low, so I dump my heat, and then I quickly mine before I lose too many pips, and I keep the combo going, and that's how you can like really effectively mine. I think it's just like it's a fun mini game out of nowhere. You've got the, you know, something more interaction, something more interesting to do rather than just mine at a constant rate. And you can see you can actually mine at a pretty good distance here. And we can grab some additional ores, which will be useful in setting up our first little bit until we can get things automated. And we can overheat our gun, our mining laser, and then we're forced into a heat dump. But because that heat dump took so long, we're going to lose a couple pips. And so then our combo is worse. So that's why you need to be like mine, dump heat, mine, dump heat, you know, in a pattern. But anyway, we need to build a base core. If I try to go too far, I'm in the tutorial section. It's going to punt me back here, as is teaching me to get started. So we press B to open our menu, and we have the ability to make this base core. And when we've got this out, you can see on the horizon there's that blue sort of circle. That is where you can build. And so you want to make sure when you're placing these that you get this blue circle to be covering off your resource patches. So we've got titanium here, as well as the other basic resource, which is called wolfram. 1, 2, 3. So we want to make sure that we can hit all 6 of these nodes, but it's not going to be, you know, super important. I just stick the core back over here, like, who cares? It's up on this rock. I can move it if I want to. But I can just slap it right down here, right in this rocky area.
You'll need building materials to build the rest of the base. You can create them with the printer in your lander, but gather the necessary components first. Use the harvester to extract them, just like you did with the meteorite.
We're going to need titanium and wolfram. I've already gathered some, but we can have to get 12 more. Alright, we got all of our resources. We can pop back into the lander. And there is the basic item printer. We open this up, and we've got the different resources, the recipes that we can build. Later on, we'll be able to get all sorts of different types of ammos and guns and stuff, because we're going to have to shoot some aliens. But we can go to our basic building material, and then we can see that it takes one of each. So we can make 59 times 10, make, 590 of this thing. So we can just go max, and we can pop out 590.
Now build the habitat that will protect your sleeve from Arcadia's dangers.
And you can see here as we're sprinting, we've got energy going down. But if you slide, you actually regen a bunch of stamina. Regen your energy. So if you do like a run slide, you can actually keep yourself moving pretty quickly. It's an interesting movement tech there. Well, here we have basic stuff. You can plop down a habitat. And this doesn't need to be connected to the base core. Nothing needs to be connected to the base core, technically. But I think I'm going to probably put buildings here. I'm going to have my production in this area. So I'm going to put the hab over and around the corner. Because I want it... tuck it in on this hill here. Give it a nice, good view. Then slap it in airlock.
Now that you have your shelter, build a printer inside it. That way, you will always have it nearby, thus optimizing your work. Great.
Got a printer.
Now build a corporate terminal. That will allow you to complete assignments for different companies, which will, in turn, give you access to new buildings.
So here we are with our corporate terminal. This is how you're going to unlock different things. This is very similar to the milestones of Satisfactory. So we can see here we have the training corporation with all the other ones being locked for now. But we can go in here. We can claim the level 1, which will give us our very basic stuff.
The first reward was free, but you'll have to work for the next one. Send us some titanium.
How am I supposed to send what I've gathered back to Earth?
The same way you got here, but in reverse. Look up at the sky. Once you build an orbital cargo launcher, it will send supplies right through that rift. It will cover light years in seconds.
Beautiful. What's my view this way? I can see the star a little bit from this side. I'll cover this in viewports for now, because we're going to want to be able to watch the rupture from right here. This is going to be beautiful. And we can view out from inside of our place here. Alright. So, we're going to need to build a cargo launcher. So that is right here. So this orbital cargo launcher is going to send this stuff back into orbit. For now, we can just place it anywhere because we're just doing this manually. And so, wherever you build something, like it says here, you need to power it. It is connected by either putting a platform and having the platform be powered, or you put a rail to it, which we don't have yet, but that's like their version of belts from Satisfactory. So we can come here. We can see that it has that link icon there. That means that if this was placed beside each other, they would be linked and they would share power. But we don't need to have it that high. We don't need to, like, we can do it up to here, right? But we can just put it at any height we want. And we can have a solar panel. It'll come up and start generating 10 power, which is then 10 used because this thing needs 10. So each one of these needs its own solar panel. We go to the training corp and we can see that they want titanium ore for 1 each, and they want 5 points. So I can split this stack for 5 and just drop it in there.
The package, your reputation will increase,
and
which will unlock new
sends it
schematics
off,
for you.
shoots it off into orbit. And we can see that our rep is increasing. 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5. So we can head on back to our hab and watch it go up here. 4 out of 5. And then in a moment, we'll unlock the next level.
The shipment has arrived. You've just proven you're useful. which means the corporation trusts you a little bit more. You've acquired new schematics. Go ahead, claim your reward. We've just unlocked new building schematics for you. Can you guess what they're for?
I assume they are industrial machines, making the mission easier somehow.
And how would they do that?
In any way you decide, you're the one giving orders here. I assume I'll find out in a second.
We'll automate the production process.
So now we can build an extractor. So we have these 3 titanium nodes here. And we can put extractors on. We've also got those wolfram nodes back there. And there's an additional node back there, but you know, it's back there. We don't need it. We can rotate this around. We can plop it down. And everything needs power. But every element transfers power. So this is what I was saying earlier. Connecting buildings just using rails will also transfer power. So I don't need to do anything special to this thing. We're just going to go to here and go to the, which one is it? This one. Transferring stuff. We can grab a rail. And we can slap down a rail here onto there. And then take it across this entire gap and plug it in. And it's not working because the whole system is overloaded. This orbital cargo launcher, which we can set to titanium ore again, is requiring the whole 10 power when we are 15 used. We only have 10 from this one thing. So we just need to quickly make another solar panel. If you want to make something quickly, you can just look at it and press Z on your keyboard, and you will automatically grab that blueprint.
Extracted automatically, you'll have more time to build out your base.
I have a question. Why didn't you install all available building schematics for me from the start? That would speed up my work even more.
All of the machines made available to you during your mission are delicate and extremely expensive. They are also bound by NDAs and patents. None of the companies working with the Claywood Corporation have granted permission to give you everything right away. You need to prove you are worthy of using the more advanced equipment.
But I already signed the NDA.
This will be best explained by the words of Annika Fisher, the CEO of Future Health Solutions, one of our partners. Playing recording.
There's no way I'm giving those degenerates my patents. They don't care about the law or intellectual property. But if it becomes necessary and they actually deserve it, then so be it. Don't quote me on that.
I like that kind of humor. It's like, I don't need to do anything. They're degenerates. They're, you know, that's awesome. But here we are. This is automatically doing its thing. It is launching stuff into space. And you notice that that is still continuing to mine, but none is getting sent over. So it's a very much on-demand system where this thing is asking that for 20, right? It won't ask for any more than 20. And now this excavator is just stockpiling in its local inventory, which will get up to 100 for a stack. So it's just going to do another couple, and then it's going to get to 100% and then stop. Because now we're sitting at 100 titanium ore, just sitting there, and she's
Great
done.
work as usual. Now build the analyzer and research some local flora with it.
Alright, we gotta go claim our orbital rewards, but is there anything I can get going? Nope, not yet. It seems like in this game, whenever you're done with one, and you've, like, unlocked something, immediately check to see if you can start it up again. Because there's a few times where they just need the same resource multiple times in a row. We can get our training, and claim the analyzing station. And we can whip that out, and build it up. Tuck it all in here into one nice functional corner. And we will analyze any plant. Well, I happen to pick up some Oh, there's my cursor's over top of it. Some fall fruit, whatever it's called. And we can analyze it.
Once you research enough plants, send the data to our scientists and claim your reward. In the future, you will need to decide which corporations you want to share your research with. The data from Arcadia is so valuable that companies prefer to keep it to themselves and will appreciate it when you choose them.
What we need to do is just collect up a bunch of these plants, which are also things that you need to eat and drink, so we can use to regain calories and hydration.
The fruit on Arcadia can alleviate hunger, but putting unknown things into one's mouth is rarely beneficial to the individual. Though, of course, it was beneficial to the development of civilization. Although this fruit is edible, that won't always be the case.
So normally when you're going to go up to any next level in a corporation, there will be something you send them as the main way to level them up. However, what they're showing you here is that you can research things, and you'll find some items out in the world that give several thousand research per item, per analyze. But we can see what +5 for all that fruit, +5 there. There's this star tiers, heals 20 health. Ooh. I can split off some of this hydro bulbs, take about half of them, get 40 data points.
Collected.
And then I can use those data points over here to unlock and level up stuff. Overall, if you're going to do that in the main game when you're doing the other corps, it's useful for the first few levels because there's only 200, and then it's 500, and then it's 1,000 or whatever it is. It gets bigger, but not that quickly for the first few levels. When you start getting levels 4, 5, and 6 and that kind of stuff, it's 20,000, 40,000, and it's just not not conceivable. You waste your points.
It's time for the final stage of introductory training. Raw materials aren't very useful to corporations, since they need to produce something with them anyway. Use the buildings you have available and automate the production of the more valuable items.
Why can't they process them themselves? They have factories across the entire solar system.
This will be best explained by a private conversation recorded between two executives at the Griffiths Military Corporation.
So you're telling me all of the tax laws only apply to the solar system?
Bro, the mining tax, the cosmic fees, deductions from extraterrestrial income, the cost of insuring sensitive cargo, legally none of that applies to us. They can't even hit us with tariffs. It's free money, man.
I don't know why I asked.
Another greedy corporation doing some interstellar travel. But just got to get a little bit more wolfram here so that I can make enough basic crafting materials so I can build this up. But now we just need to do the intermediate step of gathering material, smelting it down into a intermediate material, and then sending it off to the orbital launcher. So just a moment here and I'll have enough stuff. Alright, so now we can plop down a smelter. We're looking at the arrows to see which way it should be pointing. So, of course, we're going to move this around. We're just going to slap it down in the middle for now. But we can then grab our rails and go from extractor to smelter. Take this thing and choose the titanium bar. And then go from smelter to orbital launcher, which is connected to our power. And now we can see the miner has kicked back into active mode there. It's pumping out stuff, and it's going to the smelter. And as soon as it gets to the smelter, it's going to start squirting it out there. And then we're going to have bars. It's going to accumulate because there is nowhere for them to go. Remember, it's a demand-based system. We need titanium bars.
We're nearing the end of our training. Please answer the following questions. On a scale of 1 to 10, how anxious does being incinerated alive make you feel?
I can think of worse ways to go. 6.
Understood. On a scale of 1 to 10, how afraid are you of arachnids about a meter in diameter?
These questions are starting to worry me.
There's no need. Questions never killed anyone.
A meter in diameter? Oh god, that's like my freaking nightmare. But these are being sent off. All that it needs has been drawn over. And the rest are stockpiling over here. And with my excess, I'm going to get another ore excavator on this guy. And just slap a solar onto him. Will that work? Or do I need to put a platform down connecting to him somehow? Oh, we have to platform from something. Okay. What'll be easier is if I just randomly put a rail and then I just attach the rail here. It shuts down because just the rail is conducting power over there. I do need some more power. But at least I'll start getting Wolfram together so that I can have a stockpile of Wolfram and a stockpile of titanium in the machines so I can make basic building crafting materials right away. I don't have to manually mine anymore. Yes! I can just take that Wolfram. I got some titanium. I can go make some more crafting materials while I wait for this to send off all of its goods to space. There we are. Level 5. Level max. We're getting our platform modules, some habitat modules, advanced platforms. We'll claim that. And we are training complete. Your basic training on Arcadia 7 is over. But it's only the beginning of your sentence. Remember, we are criminals. Collect resources, optimize production, defend your base, and try to survive. Other players can now join your game. So this is multiplayer, and it's very fun with multiplayer. I played with my friends here, and we had a blast shooting up monsters and exploring the world. StarRupture is an early access game and has some elements that are still work in progress. Expect more content and improvements with future game updates. If you encounter any issues, let us know at the official email or join their community and share their suggestions at discord/GG StarRupture. Thank you for your purchase and have a nice sentence.
Great job. This is the end of your introductory training. But remember that Arcadia 7 is a dangerous place, and a person will spend their entire life, or lives rather, learning from it. Stay alert, gather information, and don't worry. I'm always by your side, watching your every move.
Is that a threat?
It's for your own safety. I will now remove the introductory training restrictions. Location barrier disabled. Sedative injector disconnected. Communications channel active. Awakening other crew members ready. The Claywood Corporation hopes you will have a wonderful adventure and quickly pay off your debt. Good luck.
Testing comms. Testing, testing, testing.
What was that?
Oh, don't worry. It's only PO212, one of your colleagues. You're connected via audio, even when they're not currently active.
When they're not active?
The human brain can't go on for too long without stimulation. When sleeves are sleeping in the regeneration chamber, they get a constant audio and video feed of everything you do. They can also communicate with you. You'll also get this opportunity.
Everything I do?
Relax. You have nothing to be ashamed of.
We're gonna get watched in our sleep. Alright, so we are free to actually play the game now. And I did buy the supporter edition, so you do get this whack of random stuff at the beginning that gives you a boost up. There are some things called LEMs, which we cannot install yet, but they are like boosters to your person. And a bunch of random stuff that, honestly, we're just gonna go stick into a box. I don't think I have storage yet, but we might go unlock a couple things because we can see that we have all the other corporations. So, well, let's go look at the corporate panel and see what the different corporations do. So, Future Health is all about your health LEMs. You can see the LEM station in order to install them. They're limbic enhancement membranes. And your inventory upgrades, compounder, which allows you to make chemical products. It's kind of cool. The Selenium Corporation is all about like product, like manufacturing. So they're going to give you like the fabricator, the furnace, the helium-3 extractor, the more higher end machinery. The Griffiths Blue is your combat. It's going to give you your guns, your grenades, the turrets, all that kind of stuff, so you can defend your base. Moon Energy is about like exploration, get your map, your power generation, that kind of stuff. So we can get like better solar generators, better wind turbines. And then Clever Robotics is about storage, building, logistics. So this you get better rails, like multi-rail 3s, multi-rail 5s. You can have a rail modulator, so you can go down from like 1 rail to 5 rails. You can split things up. And then like big storage containers and stuff. So with our starter pack, they do give us these introductory datas. So we can slap these in here and we can get 10,000 data points. We're so rich. This is just to get you kickstarted. I'm not going to do it right away, but some nice things to do would be to immediately like get your med tool in case you want to be able to heal. You want to get an inventory upgrade. That's very nice. Unlock the fabricator right away so you can start building some production chains. Like, just the first couple are worth going for. You get your pistol and your grenade right away. You could get the equipment station. At the equipment station, you can use these war bonds to unlock different weaponry. So you can get an assault rifle, you get a machine gun, a shotgun, and then also attachments for those guns. Like, you can get a like extended mag for your assault rifle, so it's 50 rounds instead of 30. That kind of stuff. Moon Energy recipe. This is one. I'm doing this one.
Delivered. The Moon Energy Corporation thanks
Map.
you for your shipment. You can claim your reward in the unlocked the geolocation service of structural and topological imaging.
You mean a map?
If you insist on using such primitive language, go ahead.
Yeah. We needed the map. I need to be able to look at the map. But let's see. Clever Robotics, yes. Storage depot. But we can look out here at what they want. So, I want to get personal storage here. So this needs a Wolfram bar. Okay. Well, that's easy enough. Let me just get rid of the thing running off to the Wolfram area. And then all we have to do is just set up a smelter. Coming off of this guy. They can be like right beside it because, you know, that's fine. And then right after the smelter, we'll place an orbital launcher. And then we'll just power this directly here. That's all on. And now we just connect it up. And so, this is a good thing to do at the beginning. Because you can just get this going. Boom. Eventually I'll be done that corporation. I don't have to think about this anymore. You know what I mean? Just let that run. Alright, next thing. That one corporation is happy. Let's... I mean, we have this set up to make titanium bars. So is there a corporation that wants titanium? Selenium Corporation wants it. So does Griffiths Blue. So let's start throwing titanium at them. Alright, next corporation. And you just set up some initial construction to get things flowing. But there is a little bit of balancing we can do here. So this ore extractor is making 2 things every 2 seconds. I don't like that it's balanced, 2 things every 2 seconds hurts my brain. Just tell me how many per minute. It really works better on my brain. So this is like 1 a second, so it's 60 a minute, right? So if that's producing 60, this is taking... It's using 2 every 2 seconds to make a titanium bar. So you can see this is going 90, and it always goes back to 88 before it goes back to 90. So it's balanced out. This is producing at max speed. That's using at max speed, as far as I can tell. If I take out the titanium ore, it should never, like, go higher than that. Because it's always pushing out whatever it makes. And that's using it at the same speed. So these are balanced. So we can check that as well here. This has got some wolfram, but it's never stockpiling because, you know, it's using it all up. So excellent. Those are all running. Let me go get some more crafting materials and we'll set up some more production lines. Now, I think as far as I can tell, with the visual quality, you can see how this node is like jagged, right? It's like on this one. This titanium, these are... They got a lot of dents in them and such. This is like a low quality node, so it's like 2 per 2. But this one is a bit cleaner. A bit more straight. There's some cracks in it still, but it's better. So if I climb up here, and I... Can I grab the... No, I can't grab the thing from here. I get an ore extractor on this one... Right? This is 4 per 2. So this is not 60 a minute. This is 120 a minute.
You look like you're a magnet for trouble.
I won't pretend I'm a saint. I've helped smuggle this and that in my time for those in need.
People like you don't understand order. You just cause more problems for everyone else.
And you always followed orders and ended up in the exact same place as I did. I'd rather not follow anyone and be free.
You know nothing about me.
So, because this is creating twice as much, it's creating 4 every 2, or 120 a minute. It's not 1 to 1, it's not 1 to 2. We need 2 of these things. So what we can do is we can use a rail connector, which is essentially it's your splitter and your merger all in one. So we can plop this down in between here, just like that. We can grab a rail from here and put it into the side. And you can see that when we put it in, it had those arrows showing which direction it was going. And now we can split it from here. And as this is running, it's going to, once I select the titanium bar recipe, it's going to send down from the rail there. And then it's going to manually, automatically, what did I say manually? It's going to automatically split the ore inputs. And because these things are, like, it's not putting it out and then that just is coming out and you have to deal with that. Remember, these things only send on the rails if there is a destination for them to go. So if this guy didn't have set up to use the bars, it would never go down this rail. I think that's so nice. So those guys are running away, working away there. I can then slap down an orbital cargo. And I can use another rail connector. I can see if this works. I might need a second orbital cargo. But we'll put these 2 outputs into that. And then put that into the orbital cargo. And then pick somebody that wants titanium bars. Now all the titanium bars are going to come out. And they're all going to merge through this. They're going to have to wait. And they properly sort of go 1, 1, 1 on the other side. But we can see that we're vastly overrunning this thing. It cannot send it fast enough. So we need more. So yeah, current is 100% crafting efficiency for this thing. Okay, so this thing has too much. So this is too much. We're going to get rid of this. we need to have some splitting going on here, it seems. Because we have too much coming out. So we're going to need more of these. My guess is we're going to need 2 per. And then we'll need a splitter for each one. And we go rail to this one. And we run out of power because we've got too much stuff. It's always the deal with these games. I'm building this because I need this. And oh, I've run out of that. So I can build the next thing. And turn the power back on. My guess is 1 to 2 would probably be about the right ratio. So we'll go Selenium and slot them both onto titanium bars. And we can see that they are now splitting. And even then, they're still going up. My god, we can probably go like 1 to 5 on these things. They're making it so quick. But this will work for now. We can then go rail and plug them in. And we can really kick hard on the Selenium Corporation. And now those guys, oh, they got 4 things being sent off to them. They're happy. Next corporation to make happy. Alright, another setup. And we've got the Future Health Solutions also getting some points. So this is the other reason why you don't want to spend all of the points, is that you need points for this. You need data points. And so you don't want to spend them all. Like, I could go over here and just go like moon energy. Dung, 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 just power it up. But then I wouldn't have any points to unlock recipes.
The Selenium Corporation.
Hey, Selenium Fabricator.
Your rewards are waiting in the corporate terminal.
So we do have the Fabricator now, which is going to allow us to put multiple things together into one. Look at the fab. So we can take, of course, we've got a bunch of lock stuff. We'll get to that in the future. But we can take bars and turn them into rods. We can take bars and turn them to wire. We can take calcium and turn them to sheets. And so that is going to be very useful. But for the moment here, we can get things set up again. And in the recipe station for the Fabricator, probably the most important thing we can get going here is basic building materials. We want to insert all the things we need for it. We got unlock basic building materials because, oh my god, I need those automated fast. I do not want to manually make basic building materials ever
That was some good training.
So we are going to set up a basic line here. Grab, actually, this one over here is a pure one, right? We can probably steal a bit of it from it. I got a basic production line here that I can expand in the future. But I can take this rail and reorganize it slightly, right? I can take this point over to that one, yes. This point to this one, so they're still connected. It looks a little wonky, but it works. And I can do this one and go on an adventure with it, up and over the hills. We can put it here and bring it down over here towards the Wolfram, so that I can peel off a little bit of wolfram and use it to put together with the Fabricator some basic crafting materials. So slap down a Fabricator, and as you can see, Fabricator now has 2 entry points, so we can put up to 2 resources into it. Alright, so now that we've got both the Wolfram coming over here, as well as my diverted line from the more pure titanium over there, we can come to our Fabricator, which takes the 2 resources, and we can choose basic building materials. And now, I'll just put some of the titanium I have in there, because I have some on me. We are going to have the resources coming out here. And they should start coming down. There they are. They're on the line. Coming down here. And as they go in, we're going to get basic building materials. Yeah. Now I don't have to manually make those anymore. Our first bit of meaningful optimization. And what about you? You're done for something?
I think
You were
I
done
can
with
use this.
titanium bars. Anybody else want titanium bars? Selenians like titanium bars, although it looks like they like titanium rods even more. Ooh, okay. So if you like rods even more, let's set you to rods. And let's add rods into the system here. So we're smelting. And now we can go to our fab. And let's plop it down. And let's see. Titanium rods. You're going to make 1 every 2. So that's 30 per minute. But this guy's putting out 2 for 2. So we need 2 of these things. We need to split it. This into the rail, and then rail into either of these. And then we can set up titanium rods to use up the bars. And I have a few bars on me, so I might as well plop them in there.
Clever Robotics
Yay!
has received its order. A reward for fulfilling the order is waiting for you in the terminal.
Another thing complete. And then we can plug those things in and run out of power. Of course we do. One more power thing, and we're up and running again. Let's go see what we gained. Griffith's blue? Oh, we got a gun!
Unlocked the UPP-7. We hope it will help you better deal with the planet's dangers.
Huh. Good weapon. I used it back at the academy. Why are you giving it to us? This is a peaceful mission.
Arcadia 7 still has some surprises left in store for you.
Ammo! Give me ammo!
Reloading.
Alright, we can go shoot things now. And we also have Clever Robotics, we get personal storage. Wonderful. So now that we have a gun, we can go on an expedition. Although something you should always do before you go, you can see like these guys are flashing, they're not working. They're flashing, they're not working. You should always go and make sure your stuff is set up and functional before you leave. So, these guys are done with bars. I mean, you're not done with bars yet. We can still give them to the Selenium Corporation. It's not that quick, but I don't need to set up anything else. I can just get to it. Just throw those back in there and just be like, okay, fine. Just
Yes.
be slow, but I don't have to change my system yet. And probably the same over here. Because we got Wolfram coming out of this guy. I can still give this guy Wolfram bars. Yeah. And I still got a ton of bars in my inventory for some reason. There we go. Functional. Alright. We can head off on an adventure. Let's go adventuring! Put down some storage in the base. And dump my inventory. So all we got is just a little bit of food. Some bullets. So we can go gathering.
I need to survive.
Yes, you do.
Acquired.
And we can get into some combat here. Over at that thing. That is a geoscanner that will scan the area, unveil it on the map, and unfortunately, when you activate it, a whole bunch of baddies show up. So we're going to have to shoot them. Oh, God. I'm dehydrated. They really need to have it so you don't have to right-click use every one of these things. There should be some way that I can eat those easily. Because it's a little annoying to right-click and use on them. Well, thankfully that only comes up like once every hour. You actually need to refill your stuff. Oh, down! Oh, buddy! Baddies! Gotta take them out. Oh, they're so creepy. Ah!
Changing mags.
Ah!
Reloading.
God, I hate them. They're so creepy. if you ever do
Changing
catch yourself out without them, you can mine them to kill them. If you need to. But it's obviously not that efficient if you're going to be fighting the large
Threat
ones.
eliminated. What was that?
They're vermin, the main threat on this planet.
What do you mean, main?
Most of the people that arrived on Arcadia 7 were eliminated by these creatures. Natural disasters you can prepare for, but vermin are a bit more unpredictable.
Why weren't we told about them?
The IRO imposed a TS9 top-secret clause on their existence. They made very sure no one ever found out about them. Aside from high-ranking officials, only people sent directly to the planet have ever learned of their existence.
Claywood was here. You should have told us. You knew.
All right. So,
Great work. Future
they're not telling
Health
us everything
Solutions
about this
is now
planet.
receiving all requested items. New rewards and tasks are waiting for you in the
See?
terminal.
My base kept working while I was gone, and I'm still upgrading even though I'm out adventuring. That's why I got to make sure everything's set up before you leave. But they're not telling us everything. There's monsters on this damn planet. Gah. But there's also these drone wrecks, which contain logic boards and things. You can see this plus 400 data. So that is excellent to find those things, and they're shown on the map once you uncover them. We'll be able to see that here in a minute once we activate this thing. We can...
I see you've approached the geoscanner. You can use it to see the surrounding area.
Understood.
Dead body. Memory module, some calorie bars. Sad. But we can hit it.
Geoscanner initialized.
And here come the baddies. We gotta keep them off this thing, or else they'll infest it, and then its progress will be restarted.
Feel stronger. Changing mags. Enemy defeated. Reloading.
Where is the enemy? Coming up from the other side? Yep.
Changing mags. Next.
Ah, I'm being infected.
Enemy pacified. Gal, what's going on?
You've entered an infection cloud. Microorganisms from the vermin are reacting with your equipment, disrupting your shield.
So, we need a fight exposed. Enemy defeated.
So the infection just disables your shields. So it's not that bad if you
Geoscanner
fight
complete.
infected.
Data acquired. Map updated.
So now I can press M after that bit of combat. We can see that there's dead body, dead body, dead body, drone wreck, all this stuff. We can also see on our map there's some wolfram there, there's some more titanium up here, some calcite nodes. So, you know, this potentially could be a good place for another base. We can see, there's that titanium on the ridge. There's the wolfram down there. There's titanium up on that ridge. I wonder, you know, you can't really get all of those nodes and all of those nodes in at the same time. They're too far away. You know, like, this is how you choose your base locations. You know, that titanium over there is kind of by itself. So maybe if there was a base that needed to do just titanium processing, maybe that's a place to put it. So, but we have wolfram titanium together here, and that's a fairly good open area right there. So you'd probably want to put a base core like there, and then build in this area, pulling the wolfram, pulling the titanium, and putting things together. And then if you put another base core, because there's no real limit to the amount of base cores you can make, right? You can just put down as many as you want. You can put a base core over here, and do calcite products in like this build area and then ship them with a rail over to the other place. You know, that kind of stuff. But we should definitely head back and see what new stuff we have, because we unlocked a few things while we were gone. All right, next thing we have a future health. We have a regeneration chamber.
I am detecting increased Ruptura activity.
Ooh.
Prepare yourselves for a wave.
A wave is coming. Okay, this is a good thing we have a regen chamber then.
Your cargo has reached
we
the
die,
Selenian Corporation.
that wouldn't be good.
Completed another order.
So, when they give that warning that there is a wave coming, if you're anywhere far from your base, run. Book it to your base immediately. Do not do anything else. You have to go. Because you only have a couple minutes. I think it's like warning. Then they say like you have like 2 minutes or something to get back to base. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do here except grab these bars, which I don't really have a use for. We'll just drop them. They'll get burnt up in the wave. All this random stuff that we don't really need right now, I'm just going to drop. Because it's going to get barbecued. Oh, God. Oh, God. The color is changing. The star is coming. It's going to explode. We have to get out of here. Quick, let's get to our vantage point inside. Up the stairs, up the stairs. Okay, we can watch here. We can holster our weapon. So if you are caught out in this, you insta-die. So that is why you want to make sure that you never go too far from your base if it's been a while since the last rupture.
Ruptura's eruption has started. Prepare for impact.
Woo! Baby! Holy crap! And the world is being barbecued. We can plop down some more viewpoints here. Thankfully, the rupture doesn't come in while we're plopping down the viewports. But everything has been wasted. If there was enemies out there, if there were plants out there, they're all burned to a crisp now. Now you're stuck in here for another couple minutes until the orange haze goes away and it'll turn to a dark haze. And very soon it's gonna switch over. And then we gotta go. Because you see like that on the surface out there? That's a resource you can only get during like the first 10 minutes after the rupture. Okay, there we go. She's going to say it in a second now.
Planetary temperature returning to normal.
So we have to do that, open up the airlock, and then go! Run, 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 run. We got to gather these materials. We got 10 minutes. So this stuff here, you can only gather now.
What is this?
This is ignitium, a cosmic mineral that's good at storing heat, but also releases it quickly. It can help you cool your base. But hurry. If not controlled, it sublimates rapidly.
Yeah, that supplements rapidly. It means you have to harvest it quick. You don't need much of it at the beginning, but this is the only way you can harvest it. So it is important, you know, get in the habit of going out right after the meteors land and the rupture happens. Gather materials. You can see them on the horizon because you can see the red dots. And we are also going to head up there because there is a fun thing. There's a cave, which we can only get access to during this 10-minute window after the rupture. We can look here and see there's a dead body. I believe that dead body is up here in a cave. Oh, new location has been unlocked. See, unknown location. Ooh, what is this? Is this the cave? What is this?
What is that?
A monolith.
I see that, but what is it?
Unfortunately, all information on that subject is highly classified.
Cave! So normally, these caves are covered up by these vines, these roots. And so the only way you can get into them
It's worth exploring.
is right after the rupture. And in here, there's
Come here.
these resources, these glow caps, which are really nice food. They heal you, you gain calories, and you gain hydration. They're so good to have when you're exploring. There's a stack of glow caps, and you are just, cooking. So you can see I actually took some fall damage earlier trying to rush out here. So if I eat one, boom, everything's maxed out now. Oh my god, that's amazing. But we're done with that cave. Oh, and if you're ever trapped in a cave after things grow over, you just shoot that, and the things retract
Reloading.
temporarily so you can get out. Now we can see what else we got. We're going to try to grab this dead body over here, and then we'll try... We only have a few more minutes left, but we'll head that way and try to get some more ignitium off the surface.
I can use this.
This is also, these 10 minutes, when everything's burnt, no enemies spawn. So this is a really good time to go to some of the sort of storyline areas where you have to explore an abandoned base from a previous expedition and collect the stuff there, because you can get through it way easier if you don't have to shoot up a bunch of enemies. That heart. And your mining drill actually has a really long range, so you can actually start mining from way over here. So you don't have to, you know, get right beside it. Another drone wreck. This is 400 more
use that.
data. But, oh, we're already starting to grow back. It's just been a few minutes. We already got some plant material growing back on the surface. You can see it's starting to show up again. So as your time goes through here, you're going to start to see things are growing back, and the whole world will be lush again in just a few minutes. I think this is a really interesting way to do what is equivalent to a day-night cycle, but it's never night, really. Like, it's never dark. It's just ashen. So instead of day-night, it's lush and burned, or lush and barren. And so you still get that same sort of cycling that sort of, like, you know, puts a marker in the time that you're spending of like, oh yeah, I did 3 ruptures tonight. You know, that sort of thing. I played, you know, saw this many ruptures, did this, did that. But it doesn't become like, oh yeah, it's dark out, so I have to build lights or I have to do that kind of stuff, and it gets annoying that way. It's just, you know, oh yeah, I can still see. It's always essentially daytime. I can still keep progressing. I really like it. And that is essentially the gameplay cycle of StarRupture. You spend some time building the base, sending stuff up into
I
orbit,
feel stronger.
doing some basic stuff, and then you have a rupture. The world gets wiped. Then you can head out and do that sort of rush of like, hey, we all gotta go quickly. We gotta go do these things. You gotta get the caves. You gotta get the meteorite hearts. You got to get the ignitium, that kind of stuff. And then after a few minutes, the world regenerates and you start a new cycle. You do the same thing. You work on your base for the next like 30, 40 minutes, and then there's another wave, and then you do a bit of an exploration. You go off and do some combat, and then you come back and work on the base, and you have this cadence that it works quite well to break it up. Like, one thing I found about Satisfactory that I just got kind of tired with almost was that everything was like building the base. You go on a little bit of exploration sometimes, but realistically it was just like base management. Where this has this nice cadence of like base building, get things set up. Oh my god, run back to your habitat, things are going to explode. And then you head off on another adventure afterwards. The last thing I want to do here is there's a couple more advanced systems that I haven't been able to show you yet because they are locked behind stuff, namely like the LEM module. So I'm just going to use my points here. All right, so we use a good chunk of our data here on the, what was it? Yeah, the corporate terminal. We used up a good chunk of our data to get the health solutions up to level 4 so that we get the LEM station. But I'm not able to get the equipment upgrade station because I want to show you the guns. So what I'm going to do real quick is just load another save where I have this stuff all unlocked. And then we can look at it there. All right, so this is the save that I was playing with my buddies the other night. We're on a completely different part of the map. This is the beginning base here, where we've got also a base there, base there, base there, base there, base there, base up here, base way up here. We've expanded out a lot. And this right here is our LN3, helium-3, yes, extractors. And they're sending helium-3 back on a rail system all the way back to our starting base so that we can unlock some stuff. We have a module here that we should be able to just quickly plop down an equipment station and a LEM station and maybe some storage so I can clean my inventory a bit. And we can take a look at these things. So we have the different weapons here, and we got the equipment station, and we have our different weapon slots. We have our primary, our sort of secondary. We can choose which ones we want to be in there. And we can have our initial pistol, but we also have the Phantom assault rifle. We have the Slam's shotgun and the Grim assault rifle with a machine gun. So you can do any combo. I'm currently doing pistol assault rifle because my buddy was doing shotgun machine gun, and my other buddy was doing just, I think it was assault rifle shotgun. So we had the different combinations of weaponry that we're all using. And then beyond that, the upgraded guns, you can go in and upgrade it to get different parts on them. So I'm currently using the extended magazine, where you can also get the light magazine, which has faster reload, or the piercing magazine that increases armor penetration against aliens, or you can get a better sight. Like, we got a ×3 optic. Let's grab that. That sounds awesome. Now we got a bit of like almost like a sniper rifle sort of thing out of this. So I got my pistol, I got my assault rifle, and we can head out here. We can go and go like Rudy Tooty point shooty.
Reloading.
So lots of cool combat to be done. And especially further off over there is even spicier things that we haven't gotten to yet. We ran over there, and then one of my friends was just like, "Oh God, what the hell is that?" and started running straight back towards us because there was a monster chasing. And yeah, the thing only took damage from behind, so we had to have one person be the bait. We're doing like bull like charges and dodging it while the other people were shooting it in the ass. That was real fun. Then the last other thing you can do here is with the LEM, which we go into here. And as you see, as you do movement, as you do go into combat, as you do survival, you will gain experience and you will gain levels. So you can't go over level 45 in early access. But as you gain levels, you will unlock slots. And then you can take these LEMs and put them into the slots. So we got reduced double jump cost by 30%. I got increased maximum shield by 50, increased maximum health by 25, and we can see here all the different LEMs we've got. Beautiful stuff. We can put them in there, and so eventually you'll have 6 LEMs in each of the 3 categories, and you'll be like, I'm not sure if you, because I'm not there yet, but I'm not sure if you can do like how I already have a plus 50 shield, and then there's another plus 50 shield. If you can double up and have like plus 100 shield, I don't know, but I'm still exploring the game. But overall, it's very, very fun, and I think this would be a funner game for me in terms of making YouTube content for it, because it's a bit more fun to play, and it doesn't just devolve into pure base management like Satisfactory does, where I do have these bits of combat. And as you can see over on the horizon there's a dilapidated base. So that's like a combat encounter. I have to go clear that. And then whenever you go to a core... Oh, somebody's attacking my core down here. Fucker. Get off my core. Whenever you upgrade your core, you can see it needs meteorite hearts, helium-3, ceramics, ignitium. Whenever you do this, ton of enemies spawn wherever the nearest monolith is. So that's where those monoliths come into play. So I don't know where the nearest monolith is right here. Oh, there it is right there. So if I upgraded a base here, this monolith would spawn wave after wave of enemies attacking me. So what I could do is, knowing that the monolith is in that direction, I can go and place down defense turrets, right? And also get this cool like drone cam later on. So I can place a defense turret on the corner here. And even bigger defense turrets later that are fully automated. I don't have to manually put ammo into them. But now this guy's going to defend this core in case anybody comes around until his 900 bullets are gone. Like the turret from the Aliens movie in the extended cut. You know? You can see you can watch the counter going down on them. It's so good. I've rambled on enough. I think that's going to be it. I really like StarRupture. I'm going to follow it and see where the development goes. And if you guys are interested in more of this game, let me know by, watching the video in its entirety. That's pretty much, see my engagement numbers. And letting me know on Discord. And if there's a good reception, I'll maybe make a series of this game. Like an episode every couple weeks or something. That's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and good hunting out there, fellow convicts.